I'm Dr. Deb Butler, and this is Thinner Peace in Menopause and Beyond, episode number 243. I want to talk about joy eats. Stay tuned. Welcome to Thinner Peace in Menopause and Beyond. This is Dr. Deb Butler, Master Life and Weight Coach, and as always, your coach. If you're a woman and you're smart and you're successful and you've been struggling with weight your whole life, and now menopause is making it harder than ever, and you are ready to make this the last time you ever have to go on a diet again, then this podcast is for you. Stay tuned. Hi, everybody. How are you today? It's December. I know. Can hardly believe it. December. Oh my gosh. I've got something really interesting that I want to talk to you about today because the holidays are coming. The holidays are coming. We really want to use them as a teacher for the things that it brings up for you. Really, it's the best time to do it. And that's why I created this group that's going on right now is we're navigating the holidays together by really working on and honing in on the physical hunger scale, what it feels like when you're hungry, what it feels like when you're full, and really putting our mind on what it's like to eat a joy food. And remember that a joy food is considered a food that has no nutritious value, but it tastes good. And potato chips go in that category, candy goes in that category, cookies go in that category. Fuel food is very different because fuel food is what you believe, and it's not what I believe, but what you believe really fuels your body. It's what fills up your gas tank. And whenever you're eating those kinds of foods, I like for you to think of it as fuel because seriously, your body needs fuel. Like it's the one thing we know for sure about our physical bodies is if we don't eat food and if we don't eat good nutritious food, we're just not going to be as healthy, period. I mean, like I am not telling you a thought that I have. This is just a fact, and you all know that. But here's the thing. You absolutely, at least I believe, you absolutely can also have some non-nutritious food within your diet and still be healthy. And I think a lot of you have this black and white thinking that I either can or I can't. And all I think that does is it increases your desire for joy food overall, to want to eat it more, to want to eat more of it, because somehow you believe you really can't eat it. So part of the program that I'm always working on with my clients, and what I talked about in the last podcast, was this whole idea of is I can eat whatever I want. So in that context, and when we think about a joy eat, I like to talk about a joy eat and the art of a joy eat. So like many of you may not know, but I have created a YouTube channel. Yes, I have a podcast and a YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel is Dr. Deb Butler, Dr. Deb Butler. And on that, I have lots of short little videos about a lot of the tools that I'm using, and you get to see me. What a delight. But one of the things that I just did, I titled one called The Art of a Joy Eat. And what is so funny to me is in it, I'm actually holding a bottle of wine. And the reason that I have that bottle of wine is because I believe that you can drink wine. I believe that you can eat candy. And I believe that you can be healthy. And I believe that you can have a healthy mind management around those foods. I think the only reason you don't is because you've had this mentality of believing that you can't do that and you can't have that and you can't be at a healthy weight or you can't be healthy. And I think what is so appealing about my program and about my podcast and about my YouTube channel and about my tools is that I think you can. Now, I don't think you can joy eat all day long. And you know what? I don't think any of you really want to. I think if I said to you, oh, go ahead and eat whatever you want, that you would just sit and eat bonbons all day long. I really don't think you would. I think you're more apt to want to do that if you believe you cannot eat bonbons all day long, then all of a sudden that's exactly what you want to do. It's a very interesting thing about how the brain works. So in this YouTube channel and for this podcast today, I just want to talk about joy eats and joy drinks, non-nutritious foods or drinks can have a place. And the only purpose of them seriously is that they taste good. They don't have any nutritious value, but they taste good. And you can enjoy that. And you can mindfully enjoy that. And I think the holidays are a perfect time to learn that art of enjoying a joy eat without feeling like you're doing something wrong, without guilt. And I'll tell you what, when you can eat something like that without any guilty feelings, you may actually get to taste it. And you may actually really get to enjoy it. And I think what most joy eats and most joy drinks tend to offer is that the taste or even the feeling, say of alcohol, you really feel it more right in the beginning and it kind of loses it as you keep eating or drinking. So why not really get skillful and mindful about enjoying the burst, which is only in the beginning, and being able to let it go when it's over. So I have this tedious, powerful worksheet that I use that's in my companion book that you can get for free by going to drdebbutler.com/change. And in this companion book, I have this powerful, tedious worksheet. And it's a worksheet that's done on a joy eat or a joy drink. And it takes about 20 to 30 minutes. But what you're doing is you're writing down what it tastes like bite by bite or sip by sip. And I'll tell you what, most of my clients, the people in my groups that I work with, almost across the board, what most people tend to notice is that the big bang is in the beginning. And after that, your brain's just chasing it. Like, whoa, it was so good. It's going to taste this good forever. And it never does. And I think the art of that is when you actually can see that and realize that and believe it. You know, we talk about trying on thoughts that you actually believe. Then you can go to the thought that I can eat whatever I want. But do I really want it? Is it really going to give me what I think it's going to give me? Either if it's the enjoyment of the taste and the enjoyment of an alcohol buzz. Like you can drink a little bit of alcohol. And I know for some of you, this might sound foreign, but you can have a little bit, just like you can have a little bit of chocolate or you can have a little bit of a cake. You'll get that big burst. You'll get that big feeling. And then it just kind of dissipates. So what if you just went for the big feeling and then let it go? With wine, for me, with potato chips, whatever it is. And that becomes the art of a joy eat. And you can have a very healthy, balanced diet with some non-nutritious food in it where you enjoy every bite or every sip, and then you just let it go the minute the enjoyment is over. So what I want to encourage you for the beginning of this new month, and as new holidays are coming in, Thanksgiving is over, and now we've got some more teachers coming in to teach you what to do with these foods that you may believe that you love so much. Watch your thinking about that. Maybe you don't love it as much as you think you do. You know, like, why don't you save your love for people that you love? You know, or maybe a passion. Like, I love coaching. I love talking to you. I love inspiring you. I'm going to keep my love for that. But I love potato chips. I think I'm going to let the potato chips go with the love thing. You know, they're potato chips. I like them. They taste good. So what? You know? Like when you start thinking about them different, desire changes inside of you. And the art of a joy eat is realizing you can eat whatever you want, but what do you want? And when you eat it, how can you mindfully enjoy it? So for this week, why don't you practice that art of a joy eat and use it for the holidays and for the thought that I can eat whatever I want. And as always, you know what I'm going to say, because you have to remember this, especially as the holidays are coming, is no matter what else you do, please, 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 please be very, very kind to yourself. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. If you're loving my podcast and you would like some more information to be able to follow along with, then please go to drdebbutler.com/change, and you can get a free copy of my companion book that goes with this podcast that I refer to in many different episodes. That is drdebbutler.com/change, CHANGE.